Hello everyone, my name is Carson Brown. I'm the co-founder and head of product at Taur Technologies. We're a new entrant in the world of personal mobility and recently announced our first product, Taur, an electric road scooter. Since announcing Taur late last year, we've raised more than $400,000 in pre-orders and shipping begins in the spring. Today, I'd like to talk about three things. Firstly, why we think rental scooters kind of suck and why the ownership space will ultimately prevail. Secondly, we'll talk about the issues we have with other electric scooters on the market. And lastly, Taur itself, how some simple design tweaks unlock a world of improvement. So, why do rental scooters suck and why is ownership better? Let's start with some parallels. The vast majority of people who ride a bike own it. There are around 1 billion bikes in the world and only about 1% are rentals. This stark difference is also mirrored in car ownership, and we see no reason why electric scooters will be any different. As a matter of fact, it's kind of the opposite. Cars are expensive to purchase, use, store, and maintain, whereas scooters represent a small fraction of your average urbanized transport outlay. They're cheap to run and can be stored in the tiniest of apartments. Regardless of that, VCs have pumped so much money into rental startups that they've made e-scooters the new normal, and we can't thank them enough for all the free marketing. When the dust settles, we believe riders will rally behind brands with exceptional products and strong values. This won't happen overnight. There are some clear reasons why it will. Firstly, the cost. Even a short daily commute of 30 minutes would add up to rental costs of around $3,000 a year. For anyone who uses these products occasionally, and especially if they use them often, buying your own quickly makes sense. Next up, convenience. Rental scooters are placed in high footfall areas, but for many of us, this means they aren't placed where we actually live. Saving time is a huge advantage of an electric scooter, but when you rent one, half of the first mile is often spent looking for it. It's a huge waste of time, and one that ownership resolves by providing access from your doorstep. Lastly, riding a rental scooter is grim. Instead of focusing on riders, rental firms are distracted by three things: prolonging scooter lifespan, maximizing the rides per day, and keeping regulators happy. This model has a habit of pleasing a few at the expense of many, and people pay back in kind. Scooters are scattered on streets like trash, burned and thrown in rivers. In fact, as a London-based company, it's ironic to us that our government has legalized rentals but not private ownership, because so many of the problems associated with scooters derive from the rental model itself. Riding on sidewalks because the hardware just doesn't instill confidence. Not wearing helmets because, where are they? Pedestrians tripping over scooters strewn across the sidewalk. This failure to distinguish between electric scooters and the electric scooter rentals is pervasive. And it's that lack of clarity that confuses people about the compelling case for ownership, which is the cure to all this chaos. So, what does ownership look like today? Well, the fundamental designs haven't changed much since the days of kick scooters, an electric adaptation of a toy made for kids. The addition of a motor and battery has done nothing to make them roadworthy, especially not at night. Security was never part of the picture, and clearly maintenance wasn't either. Lastly, and often overlooked, is aesthetics. When the car became something that everyone had to have, it was the Mustang that you dreamt of, not the Pinto. Today's electric scooter industry is strewn with garish colors, neon lights, and unintelligible product names. There's not much out there that's generally desirable. So you're probably wondering, how does Taur measure up? Well, we took urban transportation into account at every step. We built for road use, day and night. This means being highly stable, capable of taking on all weather, powerful enough that anyone can ride it, even up hills, and being visible from all angles. Now, we didn't just solve this with improved specs. Sure, with a 22-mile range and top speed of 24 miles per hour, we cover the essentials pretty well, but you could read the specs on our website. More importantly, we focused on design. A forward-facing ride position is a step-change improvement. It allows riders to scope the road ahead, maximizing their awareness and increasing control. It leaves plenty of room for bigger wheels too. To date, e-scooters have either had tiny wheels inadequate for road use or monster tires that make portability a nightmare. Taur landed on 12.5-inch Kevlar-reinforced Continental tires that dominate the road, not the design. We also introduced rear light projection. Scooter lights are typically low and can't easily be seen by drivers. By projecting light up onto riders' backs, we've resolved this problem and increased rider visibility tenfold. Also, we didn't design just for when you're riding the product because a lot of the time, you're not riding the product. That means making the product secure, staying connected to it wherever you are, smarter storage, charging in under 3 hours, being repairable locally, so we can get riders back on the roads ASAP, and tasteful enough to go with any outfit you're wearing and look good in your home. To summarize, Taur's goal is to put customer needs first, whether that's through an improved riding experience, lifestyle features, or just creating a beautiful product that adheres to timeless design principles. We believe ownership on these terms is a no-brainer, and in time, we think you'll agree. Before I go, we'd love to connect with top talent, potential partners, and backers. We've got some dynamite plans in the pipeline you might find compelling. We've just started on our journey, but we're in it for the long haul. So if you'd like to connect with me or anyone else in the team, you can do so via the email here. Also, hit us up if you want to arrange a test ride. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me today, and fingers crossed for a healthier and happier 2021 for all. Until next time.